Have you ever felt the rush of decoding an ancient mystery? Today, I invite you to walk with me through a hidden path where every step reveals a piece of the past. It was a rainy autumn night when everything changed. As the wind howled outside and raindrops danced on the window pane, I decided to clean the old attic of my grandmother's house. I had lived in Maplewood all my life, but I had never explored every secret of this ancient place. That night, hidden behind dusty boxes and forgotten memories, I discovered an old wooden chest with ornate carvings. Inside, among yellowed letters and faded photographs, lay a folded piece of paper that resembled a map. I held the map carefully, feeling a sudden burst of excitement. The paper was fragile, its edges worn from time, but the design was clear. A winding path, a small red dot, and unusual symbols marked what might be a secret location deep in the nearby forest. My heart beat faster as I thought of the possibilities. Could this be a treasure map? Or perhaps a guide to a hidden place with a story of its own? I decided that this was an adventure I could not ignore. The next morning, after a restless sleep filled with vivid dreams of hidden treasure, I set out to learn more about the map. I took it to my best friend, Sam, who had always shared my love for mystery and discovery. Over cups of warm tea in his cozy kitchen, we spread the map on the table. Sam's eyes widened when he saw the strange symbols. "This looks like something from old folklore," he said. "I have heard stories about an enchanted clearing in the forest where people once gathered for secret meetings." His enthusiasm made me even more determined to uncover the truth behind the map. That afternoon, we packed our backpacks with essentials: water, snacks, a small first aid kit, and a flashlight, and headed toward the forest. The path described on the map led us to a trail we had never taken before. The forest was alive with the sound of rustling leaves and chirping birds. Though the trees were tall and mysterious, their green leaves filtered the sunlight in a magical way. Every step felt like a step deeper into the past, as if the land itself were revealing its secrets. Following the map was not easy. At times, the path was hidden under thick layers of fallen leaves, and we often had to stop and study our surroundings carefully. The symbols on the map turned out to be a mix of natural markers: a large oak tree, a bent rock, and a stream that glistened in the distance. We laughed and joked about feeling like modern explorers, each of us amazed at how a simple piece of paper could lead to such mystery. Despite the challenges, there was a growing sense of camaraderie and wonder in every step. After walking for nearly 2 hours, we reached a small clearing. In the center, there was an old, moss-covered stone with odd carvings similar to those on the map. My heart raced as I approached it. The stone looked deliberate, as if it had been placed there by someone with a purpose. Sam and I exchanged excited glances. "This is it," Sam whispered. "We have found a part of the secret." Around the stone, wildflowers peeked through the grass, and a gentle breeze stirred the leaves, as if nature itself was celebrating our discovery. We spent some time examining the stone and its carvings. Hidden in the intricate designs, we found a series of numbers and a short message carved into its surface. The inscription read, "In the heart of nature, where old meets new, seek the light in shadows and find the truth." These words made us wonder if the journey was not just about finding treasure or a lost location, but about discovering a deeper secret that connected the past with the present. Eager to learn more, we decided to follow the next hint on the map. The mysterious red dot pointed toward a narrow path leading away from the clearing, deeper into the forest. We hurried along, our senses alert. The forest changed as we moved further. The air grew cooler and the ground became softer underfoot. Every sound was amplified: the snap of a twig, the distant call of a bird, and even the soft murmur of the wind. The adventure was no longer just a fun exploration. It felt like an important quest, one that demanded respect for the secrets it held. After another hour of careful walking, we arrived at a small stream. The water was crystal clear and sparkled as it flowed over smooth stones. According to the map, we had to follow the stream until it curved around an old, twisted tree. We knelt by the water to look for clues. There, half buried in the mud near the bank, lay an antique key with intricate engravings. The key was heavy and cold in my hand. It seemed to be made of brass but was darkened by time. Sam suggested that it must open something hidden nearby. I felt certain that this was an essential piece of the puzzle. With the key in our possession, we continued our journey along the stream. The map now guided us to a small abandoned cabin, hidden under a canopy of vines and surrounded by wild ivy. The cabin looked as if it had been forgotten by time, yet it held an air of mystery and quiet dignity. We pushed open the creaky door and stepped inside. Dust motes floated in the dim light coming from a broken window, and old, worn furniture sat silently in the corners. In one of the drawers of a wooden desk, we found a small lock that looked like it was waiting for our key. With trembling hands, I inserted the key into the lock. It fit perfectly. I turned it slowly, and the drawer opened with a soft creak. Inside, there was a stack of yellowed letters and a leather-bound journal with embossed letters. On its cover, the journal belonged to a woman named Eleanor, who had once lived in Maplewood many years ago. As we read through the first few lines of her diary, we learned that she was a passionate writer and an amateur historian. Eleanor had collected stories and secrets of the town, and the map, it turned out, was her final, heartfelt message. Her words described not jewels or gold, but something even more precious: memories, lessons, and a deep connection to the land and its history. Eleanor wrote about how every tree, every stone, and every stream held a story of hope, struggle, and love. She hoped that someone would find her message and keep the spirit of Maplewood alive. Reading her diary, Sam and I felt an overwhelming sense of responsibility. We realized that the true treasure was not material wealth, but the rich heritage of the town and the inspiration to protect its stories for future generations. As the afternoon sun began to set, casting long shadows inside the aged cabin, we gathered Eleanor's letters and the journal, promising ourselves to honor her memory. We left the cabin with a new sense of purpose. Our adventure had started with excitement and mystery, but it had evolved into a mission to preserve the past and share it with the world. Over the following weeks, Sam and I worked hard to uncover more about Maplewood's hidden history. We visited the local library, talked to older residents, and collected more stories inspired by Eleanor's writings. The map and the key had led us to a story that bound us to the community in a profound way. We organized small exhibitions in the town hall, where people came to see old photographs, read excerpts from Eleanor's diary, and share their own memories of the past. Soon, our little project grew into a community effort, and the true treasure of Maplewood became its heritage and the collective memory of its people. Now, every time I look at that mysterious map or hold Eleanor's journal, I remember the rainy autumn night when I discovered a secret that changed my life. I learned that sometimes the greatest adventures are those that connect us to our history, our culture, and to one another. And in learning the past, we find the keys to a more meaningful future.
If you love captivating stories and want to boost your English skills, hit that subscribe button now so you never miss a new adventure. Join our community and let's explore amazing tales together while mastering English.